Hi there, and welcome back to Paws and Pawsitivity. I'm Jamie Watkinson-Harvey, your certified dog trainer and host of this podcast. And whether you're at home with a couple or out in the garden with your pup, I'm really glad that you're here. Today's episode might surprise a few people, but it's something I'm really passionate about. We're going to talk about why it's so important that you don't walk your new rescue dog or foster dog for at least the first 2 weeks after they arrive home. And no, it's not just about letting them settle in. It does run much deeper than that. So let's unpack this together, because this period is absolutely vital to setting you both up for success. So picture this. You've just brought home a new rescue dog, maybe from a shelter, maybe from overseas, or maybe you're fostering for the first time. You've got a brand new harness, you found the scenic walking route nearby, and you're itching to show them the world. But here's the thing, they're not ready for it. That first fortnight is all about decompression. Think of it like jet lag meets emotional overwhelm. Your dog has just experienced a huge change, and their nervous system is on high alert. Even the calmest looking dogs are often internally stressed. It doesn't always show as barking or hiding. Sometimes it's subtle, pacing, panting, a glazed over look, or even just sleeping a lot. That's their body trying to recalibrate. Now, here's a human way to think about it. Imagine you've just moved to a completely new country. You don't speak the language, you don't know where anything is, and you're exhausted from the journey. You're handed a new phone, a new set of keys, and immediately someone tries to take you out for a day of sightseeing in a noisy, busy city. It might look exciting, but inside you're running on empty, and it's all just too much. Well, that's what it's like for many rescue dogs. The world might seem safe and friendly to us, but for them, it's overwhelming and unpredictable, especially when they haven't even figured out where the water bowl is yet. So, if we're not walking them, what should we be doing instead? Well, firstly, just let them be. This time is about observing rather than doing. Allow your dog to explore their environment at their own pace, their new environment. Give them space to sniff around the house or garden on their own terms, not being lured or pushed. Let them choose where to sleep, what toys to investigate, and how close they want to be to you. It's a bit like moving into someone else's home. You wouldn't want them standing over you asking questions or trying to entertain you straight away. You just want to figure out where the loo is, what the routine feels like, and whether the people around you feel safe. Rescue dogs need that same breathing room. It's not about being distant. It's about giving them the dignity to settle without pressure. Next, you would focus on predictability. Rescue dogs have often had very little control over their lives. So creating a routine that they can count on is one of the kindest things that you can do. Feed them at the same times, keep interactions low key, and try not to overwhelm them with too many new people or stimuli. And of course, sniffy time can still happen, just in your own garden, or even inside the house using scatter feeding, snuffle mats, or simple enrichment games like hiding treats under a towel. These activities help lower stress hormones and encourage calm, natural behaviors. The decompression phase is also about building the early seeds of trust. But that doesn't mean forcing cuddles or jumping straight into training. It's about being consistently kind and safe. Sit in the same room with them without trying to engage. Let them come to you. Talk softly, move gently, and watch how they respond to your presence. You'll often hear people say, well, they didn't seem nervous, so we took them on a walk and now they are reactive to everything. And it's a common story. And the problem isn't the reactivity, it's that their stress bucket was already overflowing. And that walk just tipped it right over the edge. Think of it like this. Imagine you're just starting a new job after a really tough time in your life. On your first day, you're shown your desk, handed your schedule, and before you've even had a proper lunch break, someone invites you to a loud team building retreat with strangers. You might smile politely and try to go along with it, but inside, you're fried. That's the same for dogs. They might look like they're coping, but their internal stress levels are saying otherwise. What they need is gentle familiarity, not fast-track socializing. And this goes for foster carers too. I know it can be really tempting to show your foster dog off to the world, or even just to test out their lead manners so you can report back. But walking them too soon can give a false impression of who they are. A dog's true personality often doesn't come through for weeks, even months. And what you see in week 1 is just survival mode. If we rush them through the world before they found their feet, we risk layering fear on top of fear. Instead, give them calm, neutral spaces to rest. Create little rituals like gently hand feeding a few bits of kibble or sitting nearby while they choose something safe. These small, thoughtful moments build trust in ways that walk simply cannot replicate at this stage. Now, this doesn't mean that you're grounded forever. After the 2-week mark, and it's a guideline, not an expiry date, you can start to reassess. Is your dog coming to you voluntarily? Are they eating, toileting, and sleeping comfortably? Do they seem curious about the world beyond your door? If so, start slowly. A short potter just outside the house might be plenty. Use a secure harness and lead, bring high-value treats, and be prepared to cut it short. The goal isn't a good long walk. It's a positive, stress-free experience. And if your dog still seems unsure, that's okay. Take your time. No rescue dog has ever been worse off because their human gave them a bit more space to settle. Quite the opposite. Now, just in case you're wondering if this is all a bit too gentle, this isn't just a Jamie thing. The decompression period is backed by behavior science. Elevated stress hormones like cortisol can take days, even weeks, to return to baseline. And a dog's ability to learn, form memories, and respond calmly to new experiences is directly linked to those hormone levels. In other words, a decompressed dog is a teachable dog, a calmer, happier, and more connectable dog. And that starts with us doing less, not more. So whether you've adopted a rescue or opened your home to a foster, giving your dog this grace period is one of the most loving things that you can do. It tells them, you're safe now. There's no rush. You don't have to perform or impress or keep your guard up. You just get to be a dog again. And I'll be here, quietly cheering you on. And that's it for today's episode of Paws and Pawsitivity. I hope that this gave you some reassurance if you're one of those early days with a rescue pup or preparing to bring one home soon. Remember, doing nothing can sometimes be the most powerful thing you do. It's not about missing out on walks. It's about making sure that when those walks do come, they're filled with joy, not fear. And thank you so much for joining me today. If this episode was helpful, I'd love it if you can give the podcast a positive rating, share it with a friend, and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. Your support helps us reach more dog lovers and keeps the positive message going. Until next time, take care and give your pup a big hug from me. Woofity woof.